5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Darling, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing, Paul. The high life, the shy life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
Delicious.
This particular episode of the Shy Life is a little more abstract than usual.
Oh, yippee.
Okay, looks like the hairy guy is ready to record. 3, 2, 1.
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. Do you think he has?
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Shy Life podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? I'm all right. Yes, gosh. I've been thinking, listeners. I've been thinking, and it's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah. I feel like the Shy Life podcast needs a change, like a reboot. I've been thinking over what we should do. Not this episode. This episode would be about thinking about a reboot. So don't expect any, what are they called? Things, whistles, bangs and whistles. Anyway, don't expect any big changes this time. Not yet. But, we're thinking about it. I'm going to talk to the regulars and suggest some ideas. I think they should get behind it. It needs to be a concerted effort. It needs to be a joint plan. It needs to be something we all get behind. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we should probably run the theme music, and when we come back, we'll get talking. Yeah. It's a great new start, a brand new start. Any ideas, listeners? Please do suggest. Yeah. But run that theme music.
It's time for my old buddy, old pal from across the channel, across the pond, Paul Chandler, the Shy Yeti.
He's not that shy. Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast. Yeah.
All I wanted was a pie.
And then I hatched out of an egg. Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Good boy. He's not all that shy is right.
Blimey, Governor. It's the Shy Life podcast.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
He's positively glowing.
And we're back. The regulars are all here. Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys. It's me, Martin.
Yeah, it's me, Yeti Uncle John.
Hello, guys. Hello, listeners. Yes, it's me, Nick Phelan. How are you?
And it's me, Calamity. I'm here. It's good to have you. And I wasn't sure if I should involve August. Well, no, it's probably best. Let him keep painting. He's in his own little world. Yes. And, we could always call Bettina or Tallulah or Albert or Charlie, even Toppy Smelly or Nick or Martin Holmes or Troby and Lisa if we want further thoughts. I'm not sure I like the idea of this. Here comes Deals. Oh, Deals? Yes, sorry. Yes. Oh dear. Yes, I think so. Yes. I'm terribly sorry to leave you out, dearie. I wasn't sure you'd want to be involved. But now you're here. So, good for you. Any suggestions for changes would be gratefully received. We could do a whole segment about cats, and their thoughts, you know.
I don't know if that would work very well, Paul.
I'm sure it would. Anything to give the show a bit of a kick up the arse.
Oh, blimey, Paul.
Well, you know, I just think you hear how podcasts sort of reboot themselves, and I just think that we probably just need that. You know, we've been going for over 5 years now. It's time for a little change. But Paul, your show is never the same. I'm sure if you looked at it across the 5 years, there have been many changes and many differences. You know, every episode you do is different from the next one. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, yes, we do have different types of episodes, but perhaps there's only, 5 or 6 different types. So obviously it depends if we have a guest.
Yeah, Paul. How soon are you expected to do this?
Oh, pretty soon, Martin. Pretty soon. I don't think we should wait till episode 500. I mean, yes, that's coming up, but even at the rate we release episodes now, episode 500 won't be out until probably the early part of 2022.
Oh, golly, Paul. It's coming up quite quickly, though.
It is coming up quite quickly, yes, I accept that. Now, anyway, I wanted to hear your thoughts, your ideas. Cromitty, do you have any suggestions for what we could, focus on? Cromitty. Well, I was thinking about, doing scientific experiments, doing a few things that interest me, mixing particular chemicals, and even though it's difficult to describe it as far as the podcast is concerned, you could always do some YouTube videos to back it up, and I'll make sure that the experiments I do are quite explosive and make quite a lot of noise. Okay, right. Yes, that's a potential. That's a potential idea. Perhaps, not exactly. I know it's not quite experiments, but what about if we turn that into a sort of cooking section? Okay. Yeah. If you could do cooking, that would also be quite noisy, and that would be a perfect mix, I think. Okay, but I suppose so. Yeah. I like that idea. Yes, that's more your idea than my idea. Oh no, I think it's a beautiful mix of both our ideas. Okay, Paul. Now, who shall I ask now? Martin, what about you?
Oh, yeah, I've definitely thought about... I'd like to do a segment on the sniffing.
On sniffing? Okay.
Yeah, I think that I could... it's one of those things... There's so much to sniff out there, And we could go on location, I could sniff things, I could talk about them, say why I like them, why I don't like them. We could even have celebrity sniffers.
Celebrity sniffers, okay. Yes, I like that idea.
Yeah, and then, I think it really could be expanded to, as much as you like, really. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah. Sniffing is a very big. It's something that there's so much sniffing that can be done.
Exactly, Paul. Yes, I could tell you've been listening to some of the things I've been saying. Well done.
Oh yes, I always listen to you, Martin. You're fascinating. The things you have to say about sniffing stuff is. In fact, I definitely sniff things more than I ever used to. I definitely appreciate it because I don't know if you know this, Martin, and you probably don't appreciate this, but I'm what is known as it's a bit it's not glamorous. I'm known as a mouth breather.
Oh, I know all about that, Paul, yes. I'm most sorry for you.
Oh, well, it's not that I can't breathe through my nose, but when I had to have my CPAP machine, I had to have the full mask because apparently I don't breathe through my nose. I don't know where that happened. I mean, I do sometimes. I can do. But I don't sort of, without thinking about it.
Yeah, and when you're asleep, you can't think about it.
No, you can't think about it. So, no, I can sniff, but I don't sniff unless I have to think about it.
No, it's a terrible problem, Paul. But at least you can smell things.
Yes, I can. And I know there are people who can't smell.
Yes.
People who can't smell. I think everyone smells. Yeah, some of us more than others. No, I don't mean that, Yeti Uncle John. I mean that some people... I think some people... Well, obviously, for many reasons, there are people who can't taste, and I think there are people who can't smell it. It's amazing when you think about it. You just take these things for granted.
You do, Paul. You definitely do.
Golly. Right. Well, I think we've got some useful, some interesting suggestions so far. I think it's probably a good time now to just play some clips of something, either Sutton Park or maybe a quiz or something. And I need to think about some of these ideas and just sort of let them sink in. And I'm sure you do, listeners. But whilst you're having things sink in, you can listen to this. This is very much a traditional episode of the Charlotte Podcast. A little bit of chatting, a little bit of archive stuff. Are you going to phase out, all the Sutton Park clips like you did the poetry? I still do poetry sometimes, and I'm definitely not getting rid of the Sutton Park. No, those are archive gems.
Yes, Paul. Archive gems.
Right, just listen. Listen to this now.
Hello, Paul. You back then? I heard you had a bit of trouble. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I'll tell him. Okay. Yes, we had quite a bad bit of trouble. But it's all sorted now. Yes, I told him. Hello, Clive.
It's 6:54 p.m.
All right, is it?
It's 6:54 p.m.
Oh yes, we were fine actually. Yes, we had a bit of trouble in the woods, but yeah, we were all right.
It's 6:54 p.m.
Well, it's nice of you to ask anyway. Thanks. So Amphibian Man, are you okay now? Oh yes. And actually, I'm better, if anything. Oh yeah. Well, what exactly happened to you? Because you changed back to, well, how you look when you're Andrew. Oh yeah, yes. And then you changed back to this, and we didn't know whether you were going to turn into something else, Oh no, I was due to be turning back into an amphibian man, but yes, but I'm different. Well, how are you different? Because I can't see any difference personally. Well, before, when I first knew you, I was really, really bad, wasn't I? Yes. Yeah, that's true. And then I shed my skin and I became Andrew. That's right. And then I was good, yes. You were good, yes. And then I turned back into the amphibian man. Yes. And I was sort of good, but not always good. Right, that was last term with Kerry. Don't mention that name, will you? Yes, anyway, then I lost my skin again. You lost your skin again. And I became Andrew. You became Andrew. And now I've grown it back again. And now you've grown it back again. So, what now? Well, this time I'm totally and utterly good. I haven't got an evil bone in my body. Oh, does that mean you can't go into Sutton Park? Well, they don't know that I'm good, do they? I see. How clever. Yes, well now I can work for you totally and utterly, and you needn't worry at all. Well, I'm really glad. Who's this then? Oh, that's Clive. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Clive. What are you talking about? He doesn't talk, does he? He tells the time, but I can understand him. He says things, and I know what he means, though. But I think you're mad. I think I probably am. Yes. Anyway, I better go and find George. George? Oh, why? What's happened to him? Well, he's just regenerated. Oh, more ludicrous plot devices. Well, I haven't seen him. You'll have to go and look for him yourself. Come on, Paul. I'll help you look. Never mind. Come on. Okay. Well, Paul. Where should I start? I know. I'm going to have a fly around the area. You go and check the house, around the house and the gardens. Yes. Okay, Cleo. Good. Right. Oh dear. I must go outside, and then if I can. Oh, hello, Mum. Hello. Oh, I was wondering, have you seen George? George, he's inflatable. Santa Claus looks like a Santa Claus. He's inflatable. Have you seen him?
No. I'm sorry, Paul.
Do you think Graham? Maybe Graham has. I'll go and see if Graham has. Thanks.
Alright.
Graham. Hello, Graham's friend. Gray, have you seen George?
No, but I've seen a Santa Claus.
What, did he look different? Did he look like George? Sort of.
Kind of, yes.
But that is George. He's regenerated. He's changed. Where was he? Where was he going?
Up there or something.
Going outside. Yeah. Oh right, thanks. I hope George is all right. Maybe Cleo spotted him. What's he doing out on a day like this? Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. No. Oh, go away from me. Oh. I wonder what's going on. I thought I heard a noise. Leave me alone. What's going on? Oh no. Oh God. Oh my goodness. Careful, Gavin. Oh, Paul. Careful. There you are. Oh, Paul. Oh. I think you've got a lot of explaining to do. I think I have. So, Gavin, what are you doing here? This is not your time. You're not even born yet. Oh, I know I haven't been born yet. But I was lonely and it was Christmas and I thought I could come and see my dad. Is he okay? Well, yeah, he's okay. But he's changed. What do you mean he's changed? Well, you know Elaine. Oh yes, my mum. Yes. Well, you know, last time I saw her, they were going to get back together, and then they didn't afterwards. Oh, so they're not going to get married yet? Yes. Well, your dad got very depressed, and well, he committed suicide. He's dead. No, my God, he can't be dead. No, he can't be dead. He regenerated, you see. I thought he looked different when I saw him. Well, like, I thought he was young. Oh, I understand, I think. Do you? Good, as long as you understand, we don't bother boring the viewers with it then. Oh, so where is he? Well, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, why have you come back here, Gavin? Why can't you spend Christmas at home? Oh, you see, well, me dad and me mum, they had to go off to the planet Psychoid with the balloon men to do some work, and they couldn't take me because I was too little, like, and, well, I was left with this nanny woman, and she wasn't very nice. I didn't like her at all. She had sideburns and a beard. Didn't like her very much. So I thought I'd come back in time and see Dad. I didn't mean to break the laws of time. Never mind. Come on, Gavin. I'm here, Paul. Where are we going then? Well, I don't know. What happened to you? Why were you sitting on that tree when I found? Oh, he got attacked. He got attacked by a claw. He tried to kill me. A claw? Yeah, he tried to kill me. I didn't like it very much. Thank you very much. No, I didn't like it. Well, hopefully it's just an isolated attack. I hope there's not a load more of them around here. Oh, so do I. I don't want to like them very much. Where are we going? Gotta try and find your dad. He's supposed to be out here somewhere. Oh, I think I've missed Christmas Day, have I? Yes, you have actually, yes. Oh, did my dad have a nice Christmas? Well, not really. He committed suicide on Christmas, you see. Oh, I see. Well, he's better now. He's much better, actually. He was quite jolly when I saw him. In fact, his new self is a lot more cocky than he used to be. He's a lot more cocky. What's that then? What's that cock then, lad? Oh, we haven't found him. We haven't found him yet, have we, Paul? We don't know where. There he is. Oh, he's my dad. Hello, who's this little one? It's my son Gavin. Hello. Oh, hello, Paul. Hi, George. What are you doing out here? Oh, I was just waiting for a sleigh and some reindeers. Well, you've missed Christmas. I mean, you're not likely to go deliver any presents now. Oh no, I was going to go and see Elaine actually. Yes, get down to Elaine and get married and have kids. Oh, that's me. Yes. Well, that's what I thought. But George, you never even said goodbye. Didn't I? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh well. Well, you see, I thought I'd better make tracks. You know, I mean, I can't eat all your food at your house. I thought, well, I'll go and eat all Elaine's food and get married to her and things like that. Oh yes. It really doesn't matter, George. I mean, you don't have to go. Oh, well, look, I feel fine now, and I mean, thank you for helping me. I'm not going to commit suicide anymore. I'm feeling positive. I'll see you at Elaine's. What about Gavin? I want to come with you, Daddy. Please, can I come? Well, that's fine with me. I mean, kids. I mean, they always make. I'm sure Elaine couldn't succumb to you. Well, she's my mother. Well, not yet, dear. Not yet. She isn't. Look, you two. I mean, this is breaking the laws of time. Gavin hasn't been born yet. Look, listen, Paul. Look, if I just keep him for a while, okay? Just sort of, a few weeks, and then I'll take him. Make sure he goes back, okay? Please. Okay then. Yeah, okay. If you two go off, then well, make sure he gets back, okay? I'll make sure I go back even if he doesn't want me to. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. Okay then. Well, I'll see you soon then. Good luck with Elaine, won't you? Have good luck. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for everything. Yes, thank you for helping my daddy. That's fine. Bye then. Goodbye. Bye. Hope that reindeer there comes along soon. Anyway, I better get back, I suppose. It's starting to get dark. Happy New Year, son. And to you. I'm glad I'm with you. I'm glad you're here.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that, listeners. Yeah, I mean, although I want to make changes, there are some things that will definitely, stay. Some things that will definitely remain. The Sutton Park clips, for one, because they're very close to my heart, and they involve all of the sort of guest stars, regulars that we have, and some that aren't on the show. But anyway.
So what else will remain, Paul?
Well, I would like to, change things around. But obviously, I like to have more of an emphasis on guests like we did at the start. It's just difficult getting the guests. Although we've been very lucky with some of our guests this year. Andrew, my friend Andrew, who's in Berlin with his daughter. Ryan, of course. Well, Ryan's sort of transitioned very quickly from being just a one-off guest to being a regular or a semi-regular.
Yes, Paul. But you say the show needs a change, but I still think the show is changing all the time.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, in a way, we do have new voices, but I don't think it hurts to discuss where we could keep changing or reboot in some other way. Yeah, well, all right then. Well, I've got some ideas, if you'd like to hear them. Of course I'd like to hear them, Yeti Uncle John. What were you thinking? Well, I was thinking, you were saying about guests. I was thinking that I will take over the interviewing of the guests. And I was thinking that we ought to actually do more face-to-face guests now that we're allowed to travel a bit more. I would like to, obviously, Ick, he can fly us around as well, so that saves on money. But I do think we should spend more money on the show, or at least you should spend more money on the show. And I'd like to sort of, I don't know, go spend time in Pickle Hollow and places like that. Go face to face with some of the some of the guests. Jay the Haunt Club. I hear there are lots of nice restaurants near where he lives. So obviously, although the money wouldn't necessarily go into the show, in as far as we're not going to be talking to Madonna or Kylie or like I don't know some famous people. Well, we could. I guess we could pay for them to be on the show. I'm not sure about that yet, Uncle John. I don't think I've got the money. Also, if you look at the celebrity podcasts, I don't mean to be shady, but if you look at the celebrity podcasts, they've all got the same guests. The same names pop up. There are some I listen to over here. Now, I quite like it because if you're a good host, then you get different things out of your guests. And so, I don't know, if Mel C, say, pops up on Sophie Ellis Bextor's show or David Tennant's show or Louis Theroux's show or Adam Buxton's show or any of those people, then a good interviewer will get something different out of them. And, I have seen a lot of these people on this, on multiple shows. And, they're not identical chats. But it would feel like even if we did get a celebrity, it would be a matter of, what would we get out of them that hadn't already been got out of them? We could just almost not talk to them about why they're famous. Just talk to them about like their favourite holiday, their favourite food, their favourite travel, which is what we've done with interviews for our guests, the ones we have interviewed. But, if we could get like Mel C or, I don't know, who else appears? I don't know, any of these people who are sort of on many shows, just asking them about their favourite holiday. Would that be of interest? I don't know. And then we'd have spent a lot of money. But, Yeti Uncle John, sorry, you were saying... Well, I was saying, although the money doesn't necessarily have to go on guests, when I travel and I speak to, like, Jay the Haunt Club face-to-face, we go to a restaurant and we have lots of drinks. And so the money would go on paying for the bill at the end of the night. We could talk about how nice the food is, describe it, sniff it for Martin's purposes.
Oh, yeah, I think I might have to come with you.
Well, yes, Martin, you could come with us. I can see this getting quite expensive, Yeti Uncle John. Yes. You could just pretend. Pretend, Paul? What do you mean? You could just pretend to be going to a meal. You could just pretend that you're having a lovely dinner, drinking lovely wine. We're very much about, ad-lib, making things up, just talking, improvisation. I don't know about that, Paul. It sounds disappointing. Well, I like your idea in theory. I just feel that it's just a way of filling your stomach. What? Well, filling your stomach, You get to go to nice restaurants and visit people face to face. It's quite glamorous, in a way, even if it takes you.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
I'm not being shady. I just mean it's nice that you're available.
I may not be available. I may have a child to be looking after soon. In fact, I will.
Well, yes, you will. But obviously, if you can't take us in the ship, then Yeti Uncle John would have to go by plane, Martin with him. It's going to be very expensive. I don't think my day job could afford that. There's always Patreon, Paul. There's always Patreon, yes. What do you think, Deals? Deals looks quite shocked. I think he's thinking this reboot is a bit ambitious.
It is getting quite ambitious, yes.
But what were you thinking, Ick? What changes did you want to make?
Well, I was thinking about doing sort of sections involving different trips to planets. But obviously this would depend on me being able to drive us out there. I wasn't expecting, space rocket trips. Nothing that's expensive. Although I do need a bit of petrol.
Petrol?
It's not called petrol, but to run my ship.
Okay.
But don't worry, it's not expensive. It's sort of, it's very technical, but it's quite environmentally friendly and cheap.
Well, good. That sounds a little bit like a description of Yeti Uncle John. Was that an insult? I'm not sure. Didn't really work, did it? So, Ick, if you did this thing, travelling to different planets, would you be able to interview people? Would you be able to translate?
Oh, yes, I can translate.
Do you think people would believe it if you went and spoke to, I don't know, Jeff Smith from the planet blah, 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 blah?
Well, I don't think so, because people on the planet blah, 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 aren't called Jeff Smith.
Well, no, that was just an example. What I mean is, do you think we'd better get video? Because I don't want to turn into a video podcast or whatever they're called, podcast or video. The thing about those, I think they're great, but I think you have to have more time.
What do you mean, Paul?
Well, I think if you rely too much on video, the people who used to listen to you, who perhaps did so whilst they were hoovering or commuting or making the dinner, they're doing something else. They're doing something else with their eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't necessarily got time to watch your videos, because that actually means actually sitting still probably and watching, they can't prepare the dinner if they're watching a picture, a screen. Well, they can, but they can't pay proper attention.
I know what you mean, Paul, but it's always an option, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess you can provide the videos for the people who do want to. I watch The Endless Adventure, the travel.
Oh, yes, Paul, yes, I like that.
Yes, I watch their videos, but then their videos are so, they're worth watching. They're like TV. They're better than most TV, and I do make the time. So I suppose if we had a really good video of some, planet with some planet dweller, then people would perhaps make the time and watch it. Okay, well, this has been very interesting, everybody. I like all of your ideas. You don't seem to like my idea, Paul. Oh, no, that's not the truth. That's not the truth, Cromitty. I just thought that, we could mix the scientific experiment thing with the cooking thing. Yes. Well, that sounds like what you want to do. Yeah. Perhaps we could do some examples, or just some little, like a test pilot or something.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Paul.
Yes. Well, I think before we do that, what I want to do is play you another clip, maybe a quiz, maybe a Sutton Park clip, listeners, and we'll talk about this amongst ourselves, and when we come back, we may have we may have something, to present to you. Yeah. Okay. Have a listen.
He's a good lad. Oh dear. Yeah, anyway, Cleo, yes? Oh, yes, we were saying, weren't we? So George has gone off, has she? Yes? George has gone off. Oh, well, like an explosion, hey? Bang! Yes, well, no, he went off with his son, to see Elaine. And hopefully they'll better sort something out. We can only hope. Yes, we can. Anyway, I've got some shopping to do, so I'll see you later. Yes, sir. Okay. Right. Shopping. Yes. Oh, well, hello, Tom. Still sleeping, are you? Yeah. Oh, hello, it's Clive. Hello, Clive.
It's 3:37 p.m.
Is it?
It's 3:37 p.m.
What? What, there's an intruder? An intruder? In our study? How do you know it's an intruder?
It's 3:37 p.m.
I see. He's got long fingernails. Oh my god, I think I know who you mean. Come on! Stop! Back off! What's this doing here? What's this? This note? What I don't understand is what David is doing on this television. And Tina? Tina Marie? David and Tina Marie? I don't understand. What is going on? Look, back over. I don't know what you're doing here, but I don't know what... I don't understand you. You don't seem ready to speak. What? The message? I don't understand. I don't understand, viewers. Bakov is back, and we haven't seen Tina for ages, not since she was lost in those bushes, and David, I haven't heard from him for months. What does it all mean? I mean, what? I mean, are they dead? I mean, what have you done to them? Are they dead? Dead? Are they dead? How can they be dead? Well, what have you done to them? Look, what have I done? Oh, nothing special. Do you remember September the 23rd? Of course I do. I mean, it's the day that no longer exists, isn't it? Yes. What? That's right. The day that no longer exists, like your friends. What? What have you done to them? You've killed them, haven't you? You've killed Tina and David. No. What? I don't understand. Look, what? As I said, they can't be killed. They're not dead. They simply no longer exist. Why? What have you done to them? You've wiped them out like that day. You've wiped them out. They no longer exist. What have you done? And then you say he vanished, Paul. Yeah, yes, that's right. He vanished. He left. And, but then what did you say? He says that your friends, they no longer exist. It's true. I mean, I didn't believe it for a minute. I mean, I didn't think anyone could have the power to actually make two people no longer exist. I mean, as if they never existed. I mean, I checked with Robin though, and it's true, and he said that within a few hours, our memories of David and Tina will just trickle away.
This is so evil. Surely there's something you could... Surely you can't forget if you see photos of them. I mean, those photos, they won't disappear, will they?
I really don't know, Amphibian Man, but... I mean, already I can't remember clearly when I last saw David. I mean... I can't remember when I last saw...
Tina Marie, Paul. You must...
Oh, it's no good.
It's no good.
You know what he's trying to do, don't you? Who?
Back off!
You know what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you remember that day.
That dreaded day, the 23rd of September.
He's trying to make you remember. I'll never do that. Never.
Someday he'll try it. Someday he'll make you succumb. It's just a matter of time.
No, look, listen, I'd never do that.
Oh, I only hope so. I only hope you'll be able to be strong enough. Azrael, so evil. Oh, where is Backoff? Is he gone? Is he left?
Yes, Amphibian Man, please don't get yourself so frustrated.
I can't help it. Backoff and Kerry. Oh. Paul, you must be strong. You must be strong.
I will. For Tina Marie's sake. For David, I can't remember his surname. It's all vanishing. Everything. Cleo, what's the matter? Oh, it's terrible, Paul. I just called both Mrs. Aldrich and Mrs. Tina Marie. You did what? I just called them. I called both of the people's mothers. And you know what they said? Both mothers said they never had Mrs. David Aldrich. She said she'd never had a son called David, and Mrs. Tina Marie, she said she'd never had a daughter. Both of them have forgotten they had children. Both of them. It's impossible to resist it, Cleo. The same thing happened to me once with my friend Harry. My memories of Harry were totally wiped away. But that was only by a small, quite weak creature compared to Backoff. Compared to Backoff and Azrael, it's no good. We're just going to have to let the memories slip away. That's it, viewers. All the memories, all the pictures, just flooding away. Soon we won't remember anything. And should anyone suddenly remember anything, should Azrael have forgotten to wipe some memory away, he'll know about it eventually. There'll be nothing left. Nothing. Some things you just can't fight.
Off and the clock has started. Roger, Routier, and I feel fine.
Hey, Toppy, it's me, Paul. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on?
I just wanted to call you very quickly because I've been talking with the regulars about, I don't know, maybe rebooting the Show Life podcast a little bit. I didn't really want to wait till episode 500. That's far too long. It's going to be early next year.
Whoa, Paul, wait a minute. Rebooting? Are you serious?
Well, just a few little bits and pieces.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean a few bits and pieces? Like how much? What are you talking about?
I just thought that perhaps we should change the format.
The format? Okay.
Well, I know there isn't really a format, but we should still change it. I just thought perhaps I'm just looking for ideas. It may not work out, but is there anything you can think of? Do you think that is there anything that you'd like to hear on the Show Life podcast that you don't currently hear? Any little, do you want consumer tips, reviews of I don't know, cat litter boxes or something? I don't know. What would you like to hear on the Show Life podcast? I'm just trying to find out what people want to hear.
Yeah. Okay, Paul, what I'd really like to hear you do, I think this is big because reality TV shows are big. I want you to start reviewing reality TV shows up your wazoo. I mean, just pick a reality because they're big, see? Yeah. And everybody loves them. And I think you should make your show all about reality TV. That's what I think.
Would that go as far as, do you want me to sort of try and record the regulars when they don't know they're being recorded or something, or try and catch them doing things that would you want actually the show as well as reviewing other shows to be a reality show? Do you want us to be more of a reality show?
Yeah, I want your show to be a reality show about your show, about the reality of your show, in which you explain the reality of your show.
You do realize that I have only a very sort of fleeting hold of reality, but I do my best.
Well, okay, all right. Well, that's all you got. That's all you can do is just do your best. Yeah.
Well, we do have. I think what would be a real ratings winner is obviously we have yet a young called John, who is always doing sort of naughty things. We have Cromitty, who has crushes on people, and they're unrequited crushes. So that's obviously, and also he does exercise, so there's a chance that he might split his trousers one day when he's doing yoga. There's Martin's hunt for his mother, and of course, Ick is going to give birth at any time. Who knows when? So
I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
And well, thank you. Yeah.
Also, Paul, like the reality, what really, what's going on in your pad, where you live? Who's really in charge? I don't know. You guys or Dealey? Let's have it out. Let's get down to the lowdown. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure Yeti Uncle John will approve of it because he's doing his autobiography thing at the moment, so he's probably going to want to have the same from me.
The other thing, Paul, this just occurred to me is how much I've been looking forward to the all musical episode of the Show Life podcast. Sure. All singing, all music. And I've really, well, maybe a cat quiet, but anyways, I've really, that may be a direction to go in,
Yeah. Well, obviously I've done some singing with Harry and Ick likes singing, slightly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But
I'd like to hear you and Ick singing together, and like Ick singing with
well, we could get Martin Holmes.
Ick singing with Bettina Dupre. That would be awesome.
Well, obviously she's had a lot of experience with singing, so yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I'll look into all very useful ideas.
Sniffy Martin, I'd like to hear him do a solo. Yeah,
I think we could probably get him playing the nose flute.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. That's all been very useful. So I'll put that into the spreadsheet of ideas, and I'm sure we'll be.
Just remember, Paul, it's all about ratings.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Boosting those numbers, getting up there. Before you know it, you'll have sponsors.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm aiming for double figures. Double figures for 2020.
You're going to go places. Yeah.
Just get over that 10 mark. That would be wonderful.
Quit your job, make your living.
Definitely going to. If I get up to the 10 listeners, then I shall definitely quit my job, because then it'll be worthwhile.
Well, 10. Okay, yeah, that's a good goal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah. I'll definitely. Have a good think about some of those ideas.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers, puppy.
Paul. I'm glad I could be help to you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Send my love to Aunt Taffy.
All right, I will.
Okay. Bye now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, listeners, we're back, and we've been recording some little bits we want to share with you, and just little snippets. Have a listen. This is sort of a pilot for our rebooted show. Hello, everybody. Today I am going to share with you my recipe for rock cakes. But they are particular types of rock, very interesting rocks. The interesting things about these rocks is that when you mix them with milk and butter and flour, they will explode and make a very loud noise. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is that I might blow the side of the house off, but it would be worth seeing if my assistant is August Evans.
Oh, yes, I'm here. I'm going to stir things in this bowl.
Yes, it's very good. You stir in the bowl, and are you wearing a helmet?
Oh, I've got a motorcycle helmet.
Well, I don't think that would be appropriate. If there is an explosion, you might need maybe some sort of titanium suit.
Oh, yes, okay. I must have one of those in my wardrobe.
Oh, yes. I have a spare one if you need it.
Hello, listeners. Today it's me, Martin, Sniffy Martin, and I'm sniffing stuff. I'm sniffing stuff. I'm out in the fields, not too far from where Paul lives, and I'm sniffing flowers. And the thing is, there is two smells. There's the smell of the flowers and the stench of the manure on the fields, because we're very near a farm. Now I'm getting a very mixed sort of smell, a little bit pooey, a little bit floral. It makes for an interesting smell. What we are thinking of doing is having a sort of sniff, a snippy part of this episode, so you can download smells on your computer, and then you can smell what I'll be smelling, what I am smelling. We haven't quite worked out how we're going to do it, but anyway, I'm sure you'll find it, it's what I like to call smelly vision. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
Hello, listeners. It's me, David. I'm up in space. Yes, today I'm talking to Jeff Smith from the planet blah 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 blah. How are you, Jeff Smith?
I'm fine. I've never done one of these podcasts before. Golly, yes, it's quite fascinating. What did you want to ask me?
I wanted to ask you what it was like being a person called Jeff Smith on the planet blah 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 blah.
Oh, Simon, I must correct you there. You pronounced it wrong. It's not actually blah 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 blah. It's just blah 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 blah.
I'm terribly sorry. Most apologetic. So what is your job?
Well, I am I'm a traffic warden on this planet.
Oh, a traffic warden. Gosh. Traffic wardens hated as much on the planet as they are on Earth.
Hated? Well, yes, they're often sacrificed to the ancient water gods, but, well, still, we have a very important part to play in the society.
I'm sure you do.
Whilst I think about it, your spaceship, it's parked illegally. I have to issue you with a fine.
Oh, really? Wonderful.
Paul, how's this going to work? Are you going to dub on the beach sounds? Yes, I'll do that. And we're going to pretend to eat this food. Yes. And when's Jay the Hawk Cub going to arrive? No, he won't be coming. We might get his... Well, I'm not sure he's available. What we might do is go back to previous episodes and just take sort of chunks like yeses and nos and little bits of conversation and edit that in as well. Okay, so let me run this through. So we're pretending to be on a beach in Jamaica, eating food that doesn't exist, with a guest who isn't here, who may not even know that this is happening. Yes, something like that. I think that'll work perfectly. All right. So there we go, listeners. That was some of the bits we've recorded, sort of just ideas. I hope you think that some of those ideas are of interest.
But what about you, Paul? What will you be doing? What new things will you be doing?
What new things will we be doing? Well, as you know, Yeti Uncle John is writing an autobiography of the show. How's that going, Yeti Uncle John? It's going quite slowly, but I'm doing the research. I'm in the research stage. Yes, well, I have decided that I'm going to do something quite similar, although it's just more about me. I'm going to sort of, every episode, I'm going to talk to the listeners in great detail about my life. I'm nearly 48, so that'll last at least 48 episodes, although it may be that I break it down into months.
Do you remember much about your early life, Paul?
Practically nothing, but I think I'll just make it up. And, what we could do, how about 12 times 48? That would last for loads of episodes. We could do, like, a month of my life each episode.
Wouldn't the early years be mainly goo-goo gaga?
Mainly goo-goo gaga, yes. You're probably right, they would be. There would be a lot of goo-gooing and gagaing. Goo-gooing and gaga-gaga-gaga-ing at the very start of my life, but it's something that can run and run, and obviously by the time we get to my 48th year, I'll probably be in my 50s, so Blimey, Paul, are you sure the listeners are interested enough in you to want to listen to your autobiography, your audio autobiography? Oh, I think, if they've listened from the very start, I think, they've obviously got some interest in me.
Maybe they're interested in Yeti Uncle John.
Yeah, it's a good point, Ick. I wouldn't have thought so. I don't mean to be rude, but anyway. But we'll see how it goes. It sounds fascinating, Paul. I, for one, would be very interested to hear more about your life, even if you've made it up. Well, I can guarantee that my story about having lunch with Princess Diana back in 1995, there won't be a dry eye in the house.
Golly, gosh, your fictional life sounds far more interesting than your real life.
Well, I've often said that. Real lives are often pretty boring. It's best if you invent a, fantabulous life. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, I guess it certainly is a reboot, a certain change of the show. I mean, if it doesn't work, you can always go back to how you used to do the show. Well, yes, but as Ick said at the very start, the show continues to evolve and change. Anyway, the show is not the same as it was at the very start of the show back in 2016.
Which is why I'm not sure why you actually need a reboot.
Well, I just feel other shows are rebooting. Other shows are, doing new things. Other shows make changes. And I just feel like we should. Well, you do a lot of new themes. Every 100 episodes, you change the theme music. Things aren't always the same, Paul. Some shows, that do the same thing week after week. Perhaps they do feel they need a big shake-up. Still, whatever you think is best. Yes. Andrew, Lisa, how are you? It's me, Paul the Shy Yeti. I'm
Hello.
Combobulated.
Hi, Paul.
No, actually, I'm discombobulated.
Yeah, combobulated must be the opposite of discombobulated, but I've never heard anybody say it. But,
No.
No, I'm usually discombobulated. Combobulated would be like probably everything was going
you're
fine.
with it.
But,
down with the kids.
Well, like the Fonz.
Like the Fonz. You come into a room and go, hey, how are you doing?
See, that was Joey from Friends.
I know it was, yeah.
Well, whatever. I just wanted. I'm doing some thinking with the regulars. I just wanted a few thoughts from yourself. I tried to reboot the Shy Life podcast. I'm thinking I probably ought to. I don't really want to wait till episode 500, but the ideas that we're coming up with, I'm not sure if they've got legs or arms, for that matter. But,
so they're a blob.
Not that matters, but I wondered whether you had anything, any ideas.
Well, I think you should go a bit more commercial, to be honest. I've thought long and hard, and I've also thought about the Shy Life podcast, and I think that what you need is. I remember, like in the 80s, Partworks used to be very good. You'd buy a magazine, like The Unexplained or something like that, and it would come out weekly, and you'd buy it as a collection. You'd always get issue 2 free with issue 1 and a free binder, and it would go on for weeks. But there were some that you could like build things with, like battleships and things like that. So I think you should do a Shy Life podcast Partwork where you could build a time machine out of common household utensils, sort of sellotape and things, sticky back plastic.
Nobody's got sticky back plastic in the house.
All right. An old bean can.
No, sticky back plastic has been mentioned though, so there might be somewhere we can source it. It could probably help with the time machine.
The point being that you'd have to collect all 52 editions to, because the last thing would be a vital component. It wouldn't just be a seat or something like that, because it would still work without the seat. So you'd need like the vital core component at the last, for the last edition, and that would encourage people to not only have the first one, but have all 52. And I think if you
and I do, I easily do 52 episodes a year. So.
But you could have them all in a binder as well. That's the nice thing, and you could put them on your shelf. And then you could do one where you could just like build shelves. You could do like 52 episodes about building shelves, and I'm sure like all the carpenters and like Chippy Minton would love that. So yeah, that's my useful idea.
It's a bit like that YouTube channel that I watch, The Endless Adventure. They started off as a travelogue sort of site, but when they got sort of that was prevented during the pandemic, they started to renovate those camper vans, those RV vans, and suddenly they picked up a whole new demographic. They still had some of the people who like their channel, but they had loads and loads of new people coming in because who were interested in cars.
So you'd start off with a van and you'd make it camper, is that right? So
yes,
okay. I could be down for that. Yeah. What about you, Lisa? What do you think? What would suck you into a podcast if you were a new listener?
I think you should do Tudor Monarch of the Week.
Tudor Monarch of the Week. Yeah. You could have a jingle.
Yes.
Go on, sing.
So no.
I'll do it then.
Yeah, you're right.
Tudor Monarch of the Week.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Like 1 week you could have Lady Jane Grey.
Lady Jane Grey, here she is now, Lady Jane Grey.
Yeah. And the next week you could have Henry VII.
Okay.
You know, there's only 5.
Would you dress up,
from.
Lisa, like Dr. Lucy?
Yeah, maybe.
You could have some saucy photos. You could have an OnlyFans page, couldn't you, Lisa?
Yeah.
Perhaps we should we could do it like you were suggesting with the carpentry thing. We could have it in parts because if there's only 5 of them, we could stretch them out a bit, and and then maybe by the end of however many parts, you'd have your own Lady Jane Grey.
The 6 actually,
obviously not the real one.
Sorry,
but...
six Tudor Monarchs.
Yeah.
Sorry, just watch it out again. Sorry.
I like the idea of weekly parts because Lisa, you've seen my parts, and they are very weekly these days, aren't they?
I'm not sure I should comment on that.
Yeah, well, you could push me up then if you want. You could big me up if you don't want to say my parts are weekly. Never mind.
Yeah.
I guess if we were going to kind of, after you could slowly collect your Tudor monarchs. I mean, is there any way we could clone them so they could actually be a version of, or is it best just to do it in plastic or something?
Well, it might be best to do it in plastic because it might get out of hand with Henry VIII. We don't want him going about chopping off people's heads and marrying lots of ladies.
And also, considering how many listeners I have, that means there could be 5 or 6 different Henry VIIIs running around. That could get really out of hand.
That could get very dangerous. Yes.
Yeah, it would be like Henry VIII Part 1, wouldn't it? Be like that. It sounds like Shakespeare. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not in parts, but yeah.
I know he's not in parts, but he would be in parts if you've seen his codpiece, haven't you? Speaking about his parts, he showed you his codpiece once.
He didn't show me his codpiece.
It was padded, wasn't it?
Massively over padded. Yeah.
I suppose that you'd have, Henry VIII would have 8 parts to complete the story, and any other ones that had numbers, I'd do the number of parts for that they were number king or something like that.
Because
definitely giving me ideas.
Did you used to have girls' comics, Lisa, where you'd have clothes to put on
girls' comics? Girls' comics. You don't get clothes in girls' comics, no.
Well, I thought you'd have cut out clothes to put on them.
Not in girls' comics.
All right.
No.
I must have read different girls' comics.
You could get paper dolls and you could dress them, but I never did that because
it was good.
No. Because you have to be really precise, and I'm not precise enough to cut round the edges properly.
Okay.
We've got Doctor Who paper dolls, haven't we?
Oh, we have, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you could have clothes for your Henry VIII. You could have like a little mini skirt or something like that.
Would Rose and Martha have any suggestions as well whilst we're here?
I think it would be mostly like chicken treats, wouldn't it?
Chicken treats and crunchies.
Yeah.
Chicken treat of the week.
They could review them.
I could.
Because the Extremos experiment does gin, don't they? So we could have cat treats.
To be fair, it'd mostly be Rose.
Well, it could be 3 of Rose, Martha and Dealey, and they put their paws up or they put their paws down.
Well, it could be like, what's that thing where you sit in a chair and you get ejected?
Like
something like
X Factor,
one of those
Graham
things.
Norton's the red chair thing.
The red chair thing, yeah.
Well, not with cats.
Jukebox jury.
What? Not cats.
Jukebox jury. Tuna chunks jury.
Oh, I don't like tuna.
They're not keen on that. They're not that keen on catnip either, really.
No.
Dealey likes it, doesn't he?
Well, we can work it. Yeah, he does. He does like catnip so much. It makes him go completely dreamy. But there we go. Well,
there's some ideas.
I'll take these ideas back to the regulars and put them in the big pot of ideas. And just keep watching the show, and I'll let you know, because obviously we want you involved in your segments.
Okay,
but,
we shall.
But
wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's definitely always good to have
good luck
new
with your
ideas.
reboot.
Yes. Reboot. Yes, I need to get some boots as well.
These boots
like
were
Paddington Bear boots.
These boots were made for podcasting. And that's what they're going to do.
And podcasting they shall do. One of these days, this podcast is going to walk all over you. Something like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
So Dealey, what do you think? Deals? What do you think? Do you think these ideas have been good? Deals? Come on. We need your input. What do you think? What do you think, Bobs? Hey? What do you think? Really? Yes. You like the ideas? What would you like to do different in the show? I don't think you need to change. Your segments are always the most interesting. Oh, yes, they are. He's a sweet boy. You're a sweet boy. That's comedy saying that. Yeah. Well, anyway, listeners, I think that's about all we've got time for. Hope you enjoyed the clips that we played during this episode, and I hope you enjoyed some of the ideas and some of the little pilot scenes, for want of a better word, from the potential rebooted show. Obviously, it's going to take a little while to work these through and come up with exactly how we want to do things, but do expect big changes from the Charlotte podcast, and you know, we'll be doing it before episode 500. So all very exciting. I think this is a good thing for the show. Well, thanks again for listening. Do join us again soon. We've got plenty of episodes in the can, and thanks to the regulars for their help this episode.
My pleasure, Paul.
Oh, yes, my pleasure too. Yeah, I look forward to seeing how things change.
Yeah, I look forward to smelling how things change.
Yes, of course. Okay, right. Well, we will speak to you again soon. All right. Bye-bye for now. Bye now. Bye-bye.
Well, darling, I hear that I think you're changing things about the show. Now, I would definitely like to contribute. I very much do enjoy the show, but I think that possibly, there be. I've always wanted to do this agony aunt business. I think perhaps Aunt Tappy and I could do it, and or at very least, maybe you could have a section where it's Aunt Tappy and I talking about things we've learned. it's always good to have advice from people who've had a lot of experience. And believe you me, we have had a lot of experience.
Hello, it's me, Charlie. I heard that you are wanting to change the show, and I would suggest that it is a good idea to have a cooking section. I like that idea, but I would say that pies are your main feature. Pies and more pies. That would be perfect. So yes, I'm willing to submit recipes for pies. I'm willing to appear if pies are involved, and I do hope that you will make my favourite recipe of mushroom and berry button fluff pie. My favourite. Yes. Please let me know what I can do.
Hello, it's me, Albert the Dragon. I'm willing to, front a wildlife section. I mean, mainly we'll be talking about phoenixes, but, I do know a lot of phoenixes. They're very interesting. And, we can't do a video section, though, because there are people out there who, threaten phoenixes or want to steal them. So, where I work is very top secret, but I can still talk about phoenixes. And maybe Martin can come and sniff them a bit. Yeah. What do you think? Let me know. Phoenixes, sniffing phoenixes. The sound of phoenixes. Yeah. It'd be perfect.
Oh, my darling, I don't think your show needs changing at all. I think it's perfect. But, well, who am I to say? Who am I to say?
I gotta go now! Bye! Gotta go! Bye!
Goodbye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
So, Paul, you've had some useful suggestions, I think. I have, Cromitty, yes. I've had some letters, too. Oh, yes, letters. What has been suggested in the letters? More free gifts. Apparently, the listeners would like free gifts with their episodes. Don't know if that's further downloads, extra material. They're not exactly specific, but... well, that sounds possible. What else? I don't like this one. What does it say? Less Paul, more Yeti Uncle John. Okay. And who wrote that? It looks like Yeti Uncle John's handwriting. That figures. It does, doesn't it? Maternity tips with Ick. I mean, in theory, I like the idea, but... how many listeners? I mean, I guess perhaps if we can get the show released on other planets, then I would have thought that Ick's maternity tips are very much linked to him rather than... or maybe they're saying that Ick should hang out with other pregnant people and compare notes. Maybe that is possible. What else have we got? Fashion with Bettina. I like that idea, although... well, I suppose you can still talk about fashion, and we could always do a video. Yes. More pies. Who wrote more pies? Might be my subconscious, or it might be Charlie Gurr. Yes. So when do you think you'll make all these changes? I've been thinking about it. I think these changes need a lot of thought, and I think rushing with the changes is probably a bad idea. Okay, Paul. So maybe you want to change your plans and make the changes at episode 500. Episode 500, yeah, episode 500 is rattling on. I mean, it's approaching at speed. So maybe episode 500 is a bit soon. I was thinking more maybe episode 600. Okay, Paul. Although 600, I mean, we're talking about less than 18 months away. So possibly 750. That sounds like a nice round number. Well, not exactly round, but it's quite a big number. If we can't do it for 500, 750 would be a good idea. Or you could just wait till episode 1000, Paul. Now, that is an idea, Cromitty. Yes, a big reboot for episode 1000, which would be about 5 years away. Or at least 5 years away, maybe more. It's probably not best to rush things. And I think maybe not rush things. I mean, why change perfection? Well, yes, there is that. Yeah, why change perfection? Still, it's been a good exercise, thinking of possible changes and ideas. Oh, yes, absolutely, Paul. Yes. Episode 1000, yeah. Dear. It'll be here before we know it. Oh, yes, Paul. It'll be here before we know it.
I didn't mean to break the laws of time. Didn't mean to break the laws of time. Didn't mean to break the laws of time. Didn't mean to break the laws of time.
462. What the hell just happened on this show? I mean, seriously, reverse it, because I lost... What's going on? What happened?
Man, was that worth it or not? Oh my goodness, that was a darling little shoe. Oh, kitty kitty dealy, purr kitty kitty kitty. Oh, I love Dealey.
Hello, it's me, Yeti Uncle John. Yes, that was quick, wasn't it, Dales?
Mouse face.
You were recording. Dales had done some recording, didn't you, Dales?